I think this is live. I'm going to be a minute because I've realised I've messed up YouTube and it's... Yeah. Hey. Okay, now I think it's live. I hope. Who knows? I don't. It's just worrying. Anyway, I will be there in a second. Okay, let's see if any of this work. Now, I believe I'm on live with both of them. I see I've got a message from Dim on Twitch, so it looks like that's working. I haven't gotten the notifications on my phone saying I've gone live, which is annoying, and normally tells me straight away. 1.183. So, what are we doing today? Let's turn that music off. Root. That work? Okay, that is going to work. So what are we doing today? I have a my setting. You beat me to it, AI. It is really me. It's really me, and possibly with a camera if anything works. Even though, by the looks of it, what are you displaying? You should just be displaying my screen. Desktop. There we go. That looks like code. Oh, okay, what are we doing? I'm switch to the camera and hope that I don't mess this up drastically. I have a pile of LEDs. These were the ones from a Christmas tree project that I've sat in a corner. My camera's decided to not do camera things now. Okay, you apparently need to have the back lid open for the camera to do camera things. I have a Raspberry Pi. I have probably a fire hazard where I have the solder came loose, so I have decided to tape the wires together. But you know what, that's alright. Who needs it to be that safe anyway? Can people hear me? I'm assuming you can hear me. My microphone doesn't seem to be on mute. Anyway, what was I going saying? Oh yeah, I've got them together, so I thought I might as well try and get myself some fancy lights for my room. And the only way I thought to do that was with the things I already have, because I could not really be bothered to buy anything new. So probably start off with creating a new GitHub repo. Oh, if anyone cares for the wiring diagram, we do have one. Open image in new tab. Where is it? There's the wiring diagram. It's as simple as it could possibly be. They've got a shared ground. They've got. You can get away without notifications on mobiles. Won't work. Don't worry. Oh, okay. The shared ground. You can get away without the shared ground. Supposedly. I find it goes really flickery. It's probably because I'm using a voltage which is too high anyway. So yeah, share a ground makes life easy. Then we've got the data pin. Data pin just goes to pin 6 to Raspberry Pi. There are other pins that work, but 3 and 6, they're multiples. I could remember that one. And then a 5 volts. This was a old phone charger that I chopped up a while ago because I needed something for the LEDs for my MIT portfolio, which did get rejected, but oh well. So yeah, that's that. Let's call this Flask RGB controller. I know you can't see it yet before someone tells me. Create new. So there we go. We have a new repo if anyone wants to use this abomination of code once it's finished. I forgot to go and post all of these links on the normal places I go and post them. someone want to go post this on to... Anyway, we're going to paste these as separate lines. I like this feature with VS Code. That it just literally lines up. So that should have synced. VS version control says it is. Initial commit. No, that's not what that means. Oh well. AI, is AI still there? I'm assuming AI is still there. If he doesn't say anything, I'll assume he's left. But would you mind posting the links to these on both Mad Scientist and Code Cave? That would be appreciated. Just put them under self-promotion. To be fair, you make an awful lot of decisions for me, so it's basically the same. I think a nice place to start would probably be trying to... Why not have the I'm sure I opened up the documentation beforehand. Python usage. Okay. Yeah. I think probably the best way to start is actually see if these bulbs still work. And I'm 90% sure this repo is outdated. Do I even have pip install? Oh, can people see what I'm doing? People can see what I'm doing, that's useful. We are going to ignore the one. So this is a new thing with Debian. It is only Debian that's introduced it. They've decided they don't want you installing Python packages to your computer, and instead they would like everything to be done in virtual environments, which is brilliant. Other than the fact that the virtual environments seem to break so often. I actually corrupted the memory. No, I corrupted the grub on a DigitalOcean server host when trying to update one of the Python packages for my Discord bot by setting up a virtual env environment. It did not like it whatsoever. Well, it deleted the login page, it deleted the grub. I ended up having to go through a recovery mode and download a load of data. It was a pain. I would not recommend. But there you go, break install, that's fine. It should be fine. If not, I've got a SD card reader fairly near me, and we'll just create a new install of Raspberry OS. This is apparently this is the new version of Raspberry OS. If anyone's recently used the Raspberry Pi installer to, well, write SD cards, it's surprisingly nice. No, I can't find just the blank ISO on their page, which annoys me slightly because I don't always want to download your bloatware, but we'll put up with it for now. I mean, it could be worse, I guess. I'm fairly sure the code's open source. Come on, Patty. Why have you gone off the side saying, oh, it's just build? If I thought about it, I would have downloaded all of the required things beforehand, and I would also not be promoting my stream after it started. But the amount of thought that went into this beforehand was, I'm going to do this. Yeah, the whole of the thought process was, I am going to set up some smart lights for my room. And then I thought I could stream it instead of just coding it. And then there was a thought before that of, I could code it instead of just stealing someone else's code, which is always a mistake. Especially considering I haven't actually written any half-decent code in probably a year and a half. I have been busy. Okay, now I have finished promoting my stream. Why on stream? Oh, I forgot to put it on Twitter. Actually, I don't use Twitter anymore. I forgot to put it on Marsden. You know what, that doesn't matter. Anyway, so the first command's still done. Next we have to reinstall this. For some reason, no, I understand why. You have to then disable audio when you decide to do this, because the data out pin shares a connection on the board with a audio, one of the audio pins, which means playing sound can trigger the LED lights. Also, booting up the Raspberry Pi can just trigger lights if they were connected. I need to get myself some nicer jumper cables. That, or find some tape that's actually sticky. That is currently how I'm controlling things, with a lot of tape, and it's not even electrical tape. I have just cobbled together stuff. Anyway, I guess we'll just quickly throw together an example program. We can probably just run the rainbow cycle thing and hope for the best. There we go. So why that is running that, let's get started and set up a Flask site. What do we need? We are going to from Flask input Flask. I have started a thing called tab 9. I found it yesterday. It is actually surprisingly nice. And I asked people to. Ooh, they have that done. No, they haven't. They've done that wrong. Okay. Well, Flask name. I don't know how long it's going to last. I do generally find it rather annoying when it comes to just pop-ups that I haven't finished yet. And let's just see if this works. So we're just going to return hello world. And then we will need a debugger, so we'll go with the normal if name, if underscore name is equal to. We shouldn't both have that. Is it this? If name? Okay, we'll leave it. And then we'll say run through. Oh, and lights are blinking. That means things should have theoretically worked. Running stuff in. By the way, what's this for? This is because I wanted an LED strip around my room, and I already have an LED strip without a controller. So I decided I was just going to make a web interface, and then have that set up. I know I could probably just spend, what is it, £10 to get tip pre-made, but like, where's the fun in that? We're going to use nano Vim users. I know that annoys you. Actually, I know most people like. I don't like Vim. How are you supposed to escape Vim? The only way you escape Vim is find clear, cancel, yeah, and this rm test.py. I keep thinking of just moving to Linux fully. I mean, I dual boot. I know I admittedly haven't been able to get OBS to work very well. Alright, nano test.py. Can I just not paste that in? There we go. We're going to save that, run. Sudo python, yeah. Test.py. Why is that not working? Python test.py. Invalid permissions. Oh, okay, that's useful. You know what? We will just say we'll make our life slightly easier. We are going to go to nano test.py. What do we need? Pixels, or so that is stuff we do actually need to keep. We can might just, you know what, we will just, yep, that's fine. Let's close that. Rm test.py. We'll create a new test. We will just copy in the stuff that we already need. So we need that stuff. We then, what else do we actually need? We need this. Put that in a notepad to format. I have started playing Civilization 6. That is a great game, by the way. I would highly recommend Civilization 6. I mean, I bought it thinking, you know what, we can just do 5 minutes of it. We'll just play 5-10 minutes of it. Yeah, I was there for 4 and a bit hours. I did not mean to. That will probably throw an error. And you know, we'll put this in a... I don't know an easy way to just indent a load of lines in Nano. I should learn Vim. I really should lump him. Oh, and someone's messaged me. Why on earth would they do that? There we go. And we'll just say while true. True is capital, right? Yeah, it is. True. So I'm telling you, it's been a while since I've coded. You know, mobile app that I've been working on for a while is being published tomorrow. It is a AI chef cooking app. Did I miss a line? Where did this stuff come from? That should be... There we go, this should work. Hey, and we've got a viewer, that is good. Hello, Mr. Viewer on YouTube. Or Miss Viewer on YouTube, you could be either. We don't want the sleep. Control X, Y, yep. And then we want to run that as sudo. Why? Oh, I said white's true. Where's my eye cursor? There we go. While true. That is right. Pixel index. Inconsistent uses of spaces and tabs. No. Ah, yep, I see. That needs to... Can I just put a tab? I can just put a tab in Vim. No, sorry. See, Vim users. Just use Nano, make your life easy. Pixel.show, that should be fine. I guess that's the pixel. You better work now. Wheel. Wheel is not defined. That is true. You know, let's just make everything go red. Let's just test that my code that the library was set up. This was the only goal. The goal was not to make this suddenly all complicated. You know what? I changed of plan. I have got working code for this. I know I got working code. Partly because I have done this before. I did this for my Christmas tree project. What we can do is we can delete this. I don't know if I define time. Do I define time somewhere? No, we'll worry about that in a bit. We'll paste all of that in. We'll copy and paste that in. There we go. And then we will just run rainbow cycle with... there we go. And that, in theory, should work fine. And if it doesn't, well then the rest of this video or stream, I'm probably not going to edit this, so it's both the video and stream will be painful. I think I've messed up my circuit, which is... Is one of these wires not plugged in? That one is data. Data goes to pin 6. Oh yeah, you can't see what I'm on about. Let's throw in the camera. Add source. No, how do I add stuff in OBS? I am a horrible streamer. Video capture device. Okay. While we're at it, we should probably raise you up. What do I have to raise you up on? We're going to stick you up on a power bank. You should be working fine in theory. I mean, unless I... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... That should be... come on. I mean, I know the ground pin is not... Using me as a ground, which is more worrying. Okay, well, you lot can't seem to see that because of the angle. and I don't have a better way of doing this. But some of the lights turned on. And this was a problem I had with my Christmas tree a couple of times, which means, well, at least I'm assuming I have forgotten something in the setup, or I have to restart my Raspberry Pi again, which I've had to do a few times for this, but it shouldn't be that bad. Usage. You must run the code through. Yeah, that is fine. No, if you have your NeoPix, the Pi 5, NeoPixels currently aren't working, but this is a Pi 3. Have I plugged one of these pins into the wrong one? I'm also surprised that anyone's still staying for this, if I'm being honest. Okay. Ground. Ground goes into pin 2. Let's just unplug everything. Ground goes into pin 2. This goes into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You. This goes into... Oh, this goes into pin 3, not 2. That goes into pin 3. That gets plugged into there. We then close this code. Hey, there we go. Everything is working. Actually, I've got a long enough cable that would be perfect here. Oh, and I have books. This is fine. So I can now hopefully just keep the camera there. We'll open up OBS. Like now you can see lights. I mean, you can see a very close-up of said lights, but said lights are working. We will close that. Well, let's put light cam here. So if you see, we can run the script. And it's not random. Sudo Python dot. No, we want to. Blah. Oh, there we go. They did change that, as you can see. And if we go to nano test.py, we will just stick at the very front. Pixels dot fill 0-0-0, and we will control X, control Y. There we go. So you can see that runs. Pixels. Blah. Nano. I am 90% sure I am. What does the documentation say? The documentation says pixels fill. So it doesn't take in an RGB value, it takes in a tuple, which means we have to put all of that in another set of brackets. You know what, that's silly, but fine. We'll accept that. There we go. So the lights are now twinkling lights. So that kind of makes sense. Which should make sense, hopefully. Those lights are working. Next job is actually getting the Flask stuff to work. Oh, I've also told it I've got 50 lights, not 100. You know what? That is fine. So the next bit is going to be trying to make sure that let's think about the words before I say the words. Next thing we're going to need to do is get the Flask to be able to interact with the lights. So we are going to do import board and NeoPixels. This is where the slightly annoying bit is, which is the fact I can't run the code directly on my computer. And I don't think I've got an FTP. I might do. I should probably I just hide my OBS for a second? Let's see again. There we go. Just thinking, I don't know what servers I've got connected there already. I mean, I've got my Discord bot server, which, I mean, I don't think that IP's that private, but I've also tried to do somewhat of an effort to not make it completely known. Okay. There we go. That is fine. And now you can go desktop again. There we go. So if I open up here, it means I should just be able to work on it directly from... Yeah, we should just be able to copy this over here, and then with VS Code, we'll just be able to edit directly on our Raspberry Pi. Where is that? So right click. Open. Edit. Edit with... I was thinking that would be easier if I'm being honest. Alright then. I don't know where VS Code would be downloaded. Open file location. Why do these things just not have to be straightforward? There we go. Open that. Remember this choice. Okay, there we go. Now will you run? Cool, so now this is directly on the Raspberry Pi itself, which should in theory make our life easier. The keyword is in theory. Things like that never go quite to plan. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to create a function at the start, and we're going to call this setLight. I'm going to def setLight. Oh, we set up our pixels, don't we? That's the issue we were going to be running into. We'll run into later if we don't. So we're going to say, I've got a load of this pre-set up. NeoPixels order. I don't know why the default order is GRB. I'm sure they have an RGB. They do have an RGB option. Order right pixels, order. Number of pixels. Okay, well we've got 100 then. So num underscore pixels is 100. There we go. That is nice. Can I disable you easily? Like snooze? Oh, I can snooze. There we go. That's nice. So the next feature we're going to do is create a function that will just set our lights for us. And this just means when we call it, we're going to have different form requests, we're going to have different buttons. But if we can get one function that works, that's all we'll need. So yeah, how do we do this? Let's say we go to def, and we're going to say setLight. We're going to take in a RGB value. Already. Okay, and then we are going to there. The first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to set all the lights to be off, and then we're going to go to pixels dot fill, and it's tuple, so that's 0-0-0, and then we are going to want to go to pixels dot show, and then we'll just say let's just say it's a solid color. So pixels dot fill, and then we will go to RGB, hopefully. I think that should work. And then we'll go to pixels dot show again. Pixels dot show. So what we've done here is we created a function that will just set up our let me restart that words. What we've done here, if we've set up a function, this function will wipe the color of our LED strip, so our pixels, to 0. We're then going to show that they've blanked, because you define what the change you're going to want to do is, and then you have to show the change. We're then going to change it to be our RGB values, and we're going to show that. So that is our easy things. let's create some simple endpoint to check this, and let's say -red, and that will just return. Okay, that will be red as well. Then we're going to say that we'll do set light. So we're going to do set light 255-0-0, and we are going to return done. There we go. So if we open up our Raspberry Pi again, we're going to do pip install Flask. Is it? Oh, come on. We'll break system packages. So we're going to go pip install Flask, break system packages. I mean, I think is it Flask with a capital? I'm assuming it's Flask with a capital. Let's hope so. Anyway, once that's done, we default is not writable. Oh, we've already got it apparently. Flask. I'm just going to double check installation. Be my luck, it's a lowercase. Windows. No, it's fine. So we should just be able to now run, or ls, cd Flask controller, and then we are going to go sudo, is it not ls? Yeah, okay, so sudo python app.py. That is fine. That is a quick issue. We are going to want to set the host to be 0.0.0.0, set that to speech marks. The reason we do this is, well, we want it to bind to its port. We want to be able to see what it's connected to as well. So there we go, and we are now going to rerun this. There we go. So IP, we are going to open up a new thing. Okay, so you can see it's very simple. So if we change this to put red at the end, it changes. We've got the barest of bones of what this should do. But that's all right. How long have we been going for? 34 minutes, 35 minutes. I might go get myself a glass of water in a second. I'm thinking, how do we go about doing this? The next bit will probably be... Ugh, the next bit's going to be painful. The next bit's doing a load of HTML. I really dislike doing HTML. Alright, we can do this. We're going to reopen VS Code, actually. There we go. We'll copy it over. I think that will be easier for this next bit. There is template. And then in template, we will want a index.html. And now I do have the documentation for a simple post form, I believe. There we go. HTML, create a simple form. So we are just going to do one of... Do we bother making it look nice? I mean, I guess we should, but on the other hand, I don't really want to. Anyway, we're going to add a input type, and this should be a submit. There we go, and we'll close that. There we go. I believe there is a HTML color. HTML color input as a type. There is input type color. that will do. So we will stick that one there, input type color ID. We're going to call this color in, name color in, type color. Let's have our default to be white. I think that's the default for white. Reveal in File Explorer. There we go. Come on, open up. I assumed it's already open. Okay, that's black. But yeah, that should be a form for color, so that will be fine. We go back to our code here. We are to very quickly comment all of this stuff out. I'll put a comment over that. And we will start by return render template index.html, and then we will set up ourselves a web form. So the way we do this is we need to import a method. So we will say if it's index, no, that goes in here. There we go. Method post or get. Why aren't you happy with it? Is it because I'm missing the semicolon? Yes, it is. Web forms. How are they wanting us to do it? Huh, that's not. Why would you do it like that? No. Let's make this easy. We'll go with forms. We'll also show you what I'm doing, because I've realised you can't see this. No, I don't want to use other stuff. I shouldn't need to. The if method is post. There we go. This should be what we need. So if method's post, we can then say color is equal to request.form color. I'm going to print color. And that one should be alright. We go and give that a run. Oh my camera just turn itself off. Alright, well it's not really doing much at the moment. It's probably ran out of power. Battery life on this is not brilliant. Oh, and I have hidden the wrong thing. There we go. We'll open that up wherever that's opened up. Why has that opened up? Click. Render template. No index.html. Should be template. Template not found. Is it templates? Have I just messed that up? I feel like I've probably just done something really silly. So we'll rename this to templates. There we go, and this should hopefully work now. There we go. So if we just change ourselves a color, okay. It didn't print anything. It was supposed to print. Type submit. Value sub submit. There we go. Submit. Why is that not printing anything? Okay. Should be fine. I mean, it's simple, but it should work at least. Do we not have a type submit button anymore? You know what? I am going to refill my glass of water, and I am going to be back in just 1 second, so I will see you in a minute. Bye bye, and I'll turn the music back on for you all.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality.
Okay, now I have received my first DMCA strike. Let's get back into this. Let's see. Reopen up some documentation and actually work on putting together this website. Blue, oh no, don't go. Stay. Bit too late, I guess. No, I was just taking a break and refilling my water. Sorry, I'm just trying to sign into an account, which is the reason I'm still not showing my screen. But I am going to be back there very, very soon. Why? There we go. So let's do this properly. What we're going to do is we're going to first doc type HTML. There we go. Then we create a HTML thing. Do we bother with the heads? I guess we should. Just create a head. We'll just give it a title. Title color selector for LEDs. There we go. And now we're going to do ourselves a quick little body. Blah. There we go. Body. Stop trying to also put in my closing brackets for me. There we go. Oh, that is nice. But no, you've got the whole thing with the form wrong again. We're going to go actions. We're going to say it is a submit color. And we're going to close this. And then we're going to say method. That's what I was doing wrong. I forgot to define a method. Post submit. No, that should be fine. If it's... I can't see why that wasn't wrong. Type color, value, color. And then we're just going to close the form, and that should be alright. If we go here. If we, actually what we're going to do is we're just going to return the HTML page straight away there. And now we're going to create a new apps.root. No. I'm sure I paused you. Snooze, 1 hour. There we go. It's great for just small tinkering, like when you're doing UI thing. But it gets really annoying really quickly. Let's copy our spellings. This is what our end root should be. And we are going to say it is a post method. So we're going to copy this. So we're going to copy that. We need to put a dash in the front of that. So we're going to close it. Yep. We're going to do dash, bam, bam. This should just be post. Still need the square brackets like. Now we are going to do def. Submit color. This we will just copy it from here, so you doesn't make any spelling mistakes. And put that as an underscore. We'll stick some brackets around it, and now we can do color is equal to request dot form. Open up our square brackets, put these in, and I need to give this a name. Color underscore in. Make this easy. That should be fine. So we're just going to say that's equal to color in, and we can now just print ourselves color. There we go. I knew we had a few teething problems to start with, but that should be alright now. That's not going to start. Let's there we go. We'll give that a go. Come on, refresh. So open this up. If we change it pink, alright, submit. It does go back to black, but methods get post. Color gets bam. Huh. Methods. Does it all have to be caps? That should be alright. Value submit. You know what? Why don't we just return? Let's just return this for a second. Let's see if this is even being called. Return. There we go. We will rerun that. This is boring. Yeah, it's programming. Most people who have no interest in it. I didn't realize you were classed as a mod here. That's strange. I don't remember doing that. Alright. But yeah, it's programming. One of those things. But thank you for joining us. Anyhow, this should now just take us to a return page. So we press pink, submit that. It's not doing the returny bit. Why are you not doing the returny bit of the form? That is like the one job. Submit color. I put a U in there. No, it's supposed to have a U. Color. Here. I got a U. Have I spelled colour wrong somewhere? I mean, that's going to annoy me. Type. Oh no, that's because it's an American system. The Americans decide that they don't like U's. What we're going to do is we are going to go back to the if-get system, which is not really what I wanted to do. I unsnooze you? Clearly not. Oh well. So we're going to do if, and then I want to say it was if method type. Now I just need to refine wherever that was from the documentation. If that.root methods. Why are you not being? I don't understand why there are so many ways to do this, if I'm being honest. Who's sending me a message on Discord? Someone has. And I'm in stream mode, so it's not actually going to show me, which is even more annoying. Forms. So why not have that documentation open? Forms, there we go. If method is type post. This should now just be able to, if we slot that into here, and then we stick this bit into here. Now that should work. So we'll refresh you. Yep, refresh. Oh, cool. Submit. There we go. Okay, so what we're actually going to do now is we're going to stick that in a print statement. And then we're just going to return that site either way. So now we're getting our color in, which means we can reopen up this. We're going to take all of these modules back into here. So stick that there. There we go. Now we also had ourselves a VS Code. FTP. Here we are. Yeah, we also had this set color function. What we are going to do is we're going to stick that there. This is returning us, if I remember right, it was returning us a hex color. The thing about this thing, board, yeah. Do I still have that page open? It was returning hex colors, I think. No, the value being, yeah, it's hexadecimals. What's an easy way to send a hexadecimal to Python? We can just hex to to RGB. PY. I actually wrote a library to do this at some point, and I hex to RGB. There we go. We can just let's just make life easier. Don't reinvent the wheel when someone on Stack Overflow has already done it for you. So what we're actually going to do here now is we are going to say set light, and we are going to open up here, and then we're going to stick that in, and then we're going to put color in as our input, and now this should all work. Well, in theory. So it is time to test it. So the way we test it is we are going to open up our FTP server, so we'll close that one. Here we are. Leave that back into Pi. Copy over the new code. We can copy this into here. Now we're going to let that copy for a few seconds. Okay. We are going to press play. Oh, no, we're not. We're not going to do it here. There we go. We will run that. Do I remember to host is equal to 0.0.0.0. There we go. And we're going to have to do that the same on here. So if we go to nano, all of the code to use this if you wanted to will be in the description as well. cd.ls cd ls. There we go. Nano app.py. We are going to change this. We're now going to stick host is equal to open up some speech marks 0.0 unlock Why am I not allowed to use my numpad with you lot? With Vim? Well, that's annoying. Okay, X, Y, save. Now we should, hopefully, this should just run. And it should run correctly, in theory. We'll copy that IP. We're going to stick over here. Submit colour. Let's say we want to change it to pink. Submit. Ooh. Set lights missing G and R. You know what? I know why. Because we're passing in a hex value, where is it? We'll close this. This is an easy fix. Well, in theory, it's an easy fix. We can go to nanoapp.py. We can then go to set light. We can. My laptop's about to die. That means I won't be able to read the chat. Can I put it on power saving mode? Okay, I might have to open up somewhere else. We just change this to RGB in. We'll exit, we'll save, we will run that. Resubmit. R is not defined. Pixels.fill R. This is interesting, because I thought it was returning it as a bracket. So it's returning it as a tuple. Actually just means I should just be able to return... Oh, and it is just returning it as a tuple, which means I don't need to use this bit. What we're doing, we're actually replacing this to be RGB in. Save, enter. Okay. This should look, try talk today. Let's get OBS open. Let's turn this camera back on if it decides it wants to. Come on. You've been charged. Right. Okay, done. This is why we have spare batteries on hand. For once, something I am organised with. Haha, I do have spare batteries on hand. Let's see. Are you going to play ball with us? I hope you do. Then I press submit, and it changes. So there we go. We have got ourselves a very, very simple little thing. But if I can change the colour, we can press OK. Do I have to add to custom colours? I forgot to change the hue. There we go. There. Add that to a custom colour. Press OK. Hit submit. And as you can see, the lights are changing. We have got ourselves a Flask RGB picker. It's rather simple. I mean, I know the website could do with some improvements. It really could. But it works. And the code was, if we're being honest, rather simple. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you again soon. The code for this will all be on a GitHub later. Thank you. Bye.